Hello, people that in the house doing. Today, I'm joined by somebody that likes doing that intro very often. Would you like to introduce yourself before you die laughing?
Hello, people that in the house doing. My name's Adrian.
And also,
I'm from New Zealand, and I've been a huge fan of Adrian Logan for quite a long time. And yeah.
I very loyal supporter. Aye, so we might as well. So just apologies if you can't hear him that well. We had some very bad technical difficulties. Aye, sure. Yeah. So I wanted to start off just today with this IS bride, I suppose you could call her, Lisa Smith. I'm sure loads of people from Ireland who are familiar with my channel would know about Lisa Smith. But long story short is, she was in the Irish Defence Forces at one stage. She left the Irish. She got radicalised in the Irish Defence Forces. Left to go to Syria. Left the Defence Forces to go to Syria to fight for ISIS. And now we find that she's back in Ireland, and she's been allowed by the state, by the government, to leave. To get out of prison for Christmas. I don't even know, does she even like Islamic State? I don't know, did they even believe in Christmas? I don't even know, did they do? But she's allowed to walk the streets of Ireland. And it's a joke. And she's a known terrorist, and she was charged with terrorist offences, and she's allowed to walk around Ireland as she pleases. And the thing that really angers me is that if you go, there's tons and tons of people homeless in the streets of Dublin and around Ireland. There's 10,000 people homeless. If somebody went in and robbed a slice of bread in a shop, they would never see the light of day again. I don't know what your opinion would be on that.
Well, yeah, if you've got desperate times, call for desperate measures. I mean, if you're hungry, you got to fucking...
Yes, like the law should be, the law shouldn't, if you're starving,
The law should fix the pace if I'm doing something fucking righteous. You know what I mean, like?
Yeah, let's just say, for example, a woman had two children, right? And she, you had to keep them, you don't want your child to die in the streets. It's bad enough that your government has abandoned you. And, it's bad enough that way. And you want to try and keep your child alive. Along with yourself. And obviously this IS bride, she doesn't care. She doesn't care. Obviously she doesn't care much for Ireland if she thought so little of Ireland. To leave the Irish Defence Forces and go and join ISIS. So I don't know what you... Yeah, they can, of course they can, and hopefully they can anyway. If they can't, then this video is going to end up very, very violent.
Right, okay, well, I think it's an absolute outrage, Adriano, that Lisa Smith is allowed back into Ireland. I think she should be shipped off to a desert island and vultures picking at her.
Oh no, that'd be still coming out of the Irish taxpayers' money, but if we shipped her off...
Oh, we can't have that. We can't have counter carbon people paying out pennies.
Oh, so they won't pay. So that's the thing. So it's not much to give now. So,
yeah, Lisa Smith, she's a traitor. Moving on to one of your favourite idols in life is Leo Varadkar. You told me you're a huge fan.
Oh, so me and Leo go back long, long ways. Ah, sure, we are great friends. So we're down in Colony's Bow every night having a few pints. So it's great fun. Aye, so no, he wouldn't come near here, so it'd be too high end for him.
That's too high.
But obviously too, I just want to mention there's a general election coming up sometime this year, in 2020. So they'll be quipping and crying, saying the Irish government have an awful habit when they do something right, which is not very often. They do something right. They literally promote it on billboards and everything, like, we done this, we done that, we're great, fantastic, yay, fantastic, great fun, this country's great. And then you turn around and you're like, there's 10,000 people homeless in Dublin, there's 3,000 children lying in the streets, there's a hospital waiting list, people waiting lists for 3 or 4 years. And you're like, what kind of Fianna Gael, like Fianna Gael is the ruling party at the moment in time, and Fianna Fáil is supporting them, obviously in government.
You're a Sinn Féin fan, aren't you?
Well, I was, like, long story short, I was a Sinn Féin fan for, back in the day, I suppose 2 or 3 years ago, I suppose you could say, I was a Sinn Féin fan. But, Sinn Féin, the last few years have gone very, pro-European, pro-EU. They've gone very pro, like, they've gone away from the old, like, they're supposed to be called the Nationalist Party. Before the Irish Nationalist Party, Justin Barrett. They were, before Justin Barrett's party came around, they were always the Nationalist Party in Ireland. But now they've gone away from traditions and they've abandoned the Irish people, and they're more for, different things. And they're more for immigration, and they're more for this, and they're more for that, and they're more for the other. Well, I don't mind that. Every party's on about that, but it doesn't, like, Sinn Féin's gone out of their roots. Like, Sinn Féin used to be pro-Irish and, pro-Irish language, and like, you see them, like, it's unrecognisable Sinn Féin anymore. And, as the Irish Patriot says in his videos, the un-nationalist and the un-Irish too, which is very true, because
he's a shill.
I would, but I don't know. You probably don't know much about Sinn Féin.
During the Troubles, they were, I think, quite solid.
Aye, they were quite solid. Yeah.
1968 to 1998, wasn't there the Troubles? 30 years or something.
30 years of conflict there. You know your history. We won't complain about your history lessons. We're not hold you to account. Like, I just want to talk to. You probably have a few questions to ask me because I wanted on for a few minutes anyway.
Oh, Ainsy, I thought you'd never ask.
Aye, sure, I was never going to ask you.
Alright, so I want to ask you about Lucy Maria. Are you in a relationship with her?
Oh, now, lad. How is that related to Ireland now, lad? Oh, excuse me, my good man. It's a very serious channel, this.
Let me tell you something about Lucy Maria, mate. I was on one of her live streams once and I gate crashed it. And she goes, "Medicine, man, why you been a con?" And we had to just sort out our differences for a while. But she comes around, mate. But let me tell you something. She will steal your virginity.
Oh.
So be careful.
I'm terrified. No, but serious questions. Serious questions.
She's alright. But I mean, what do you think of, like, it's good community we got going here.
Of course we do. We have a brilliant community.
So how many other carving YouTubers are there?
Well, that's the thing. It's very broad thing. Like, it's very hard to know who's, from what county. Because oftentimes they don't say, I'm from this county, I'm from that county. And, from my knowledge, in total the amount of YouTubers around Cavan is around 209 to near the 200 mark. But they don't... But they don't do, the videos I do. They don't, like, the more gaming channels and things like that, vlog channels. But that's how many channels in total there would be around Cavan. But there wouldn't be political channels, if you know what I'm saying.
Is incest practice widely in County Cavan?
Oh, so you couldn't be.
I mean, the scandals of the Catholic Church. Was there any County Cavan victims?
Well, it's a long story. Like, I'm very familiar with that because I obviously know a good lot of people.
How many churches are there in Cavan?
Well, there's actually a church nearly in every parish, so I can't tell you how many there is, but there's a lot of churches around Ireland. But they talk about But they talk about.
Also claimed. Oh, sorry, you go.
No, you go ahead. Sorry, I'm interrupting you. Sorry.
Well, sorry. I was just going to say, you've actually claimed that you've picked up 2 tons of rubbish.
Well, I would say it's around that. We do have official data.
Fuck, that's heaps.
No.
Oh shit! I don't believe you. 2 tons.
But I would hope we would did because long story short, I've been doing this for the last 4 years. Obviously completely voluntary. I don't get paid. Like, it is a lot. Like, we have put in a huge amount of work. Like, this year alone, we have done so much. Like,
and it just gets dirty again. People just live it.
No, but the thing about I know, but people in Cavan don't want to pay for rubbish to be got rid of. They don't want to pay. So they're just like live for the county council to do it. But
Ireland's crack up cup.
I know, but Ireland's a massive place at the moment in time. But there's always room for change, as I always say.
Well, that's my next question, Ainsley, is what would you do if you were Taoiseach of Ireland? And inshallah, God willing, you will be one day.
Oh, well, please God, will, yeah.
Best Taoiseach from County Cavan.
Well, what would I do? Well, like, what would my first thing do? Is that your question? Like, as soon as I get office, what would I do? Well, the first thing I would do, I would try, if it was in the present day, like, say if it's tomorrow morning, I was put as Taoiseach of Ireland, I would desperately try to get as many people off the street as I could. Because, 10,000 people on the street, that's heartbreaking. People spending, Christmas in hotel rooms across Ireland with small children. And, children are asking their parents, where's our house? Where's our Christmas tree? Is Santa going to find us? And, that really, that tugs at anybody's heart. And, we have to remember that. And that's something I would be determined to do. I would be determined. If I didn't succeed in it, I would resign. As simple as that. But it does take time to build houses. It does take time to sort out things. I understand that, but we had 5 years of Fine Gael, Leo Varadkar's government. And still, the numbers of homeless people haven't gone down significantly. They went down a small bit. I use a small bit. But very, very small.
What about Ireland 2040?
Well, Ireland 2040 is a plan by the...
Have you heard about it?
Yes, I know a lot about it. Ireland 2040 is basically a plan. I don't know what government party. It depends what government party's in at the time, but they have. It's in the early stages.
Adrian, where have you gone?
I'm still here.
Aiden?
Can you not hear me? Can you hear me?
You there?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
do.
I can hear.
Well, Jesus, you interrupt me. Excuse me, my good man. But can you give me a chance?
I can hear you.
No, but
It must be those filthy fucking tags in County Cavan.
Jesus Christ, you couldn't get internet reception anywhere, shot lad. It's a mad lad. It's mad. It's 10 years mad. No, but what was I saying? Ireland 2040 plans basically they want to bring another 1 million people into the country, which is a great idea. Like the hospitals are overflowing with mad people. And there's no houses for anybody. Do you know what they're like? Do you know what we do? What's going to solve all our problems? Let's bring in another 1 million people. Why not? That's just, it's a great idea. So there'll be another, God forgive us if it does happen in 2040. 2040 is still a long way away, but God forgive us if it does happen. Like another 1 million people. Like...
And Aiden, do you know about the JQ?
JQ?
Jolly Queen.
No, I don't know.
The Jolly Queen? Oh, okay. Fair enough. Okay. So, I can't get Lucy Maria out of my mind.
Okay, well, this is not a dating website, lad.
I think, Ainsley, you need to get on Tinder and ask her out.
Oh, now here, this is the... here.
But anyway, alright, what else do you want to cover? What's County Cavan known for?
Well, Cavan, it's known for its fishing.
Lakes.
Yeah, lakes, yeah. You're right, you're totally right saying that. So how many lakes? This is a question for you! How many lakes are in Cavan?
Fuck knows.
Well, take, lad.
I'd say 6 Gurlian.
No. How many days in the year?
365.
Yeah, that's right, totally right.
How many lakes there are?
365, yeah, lakes in Cavan. A day, one lake for every day of the year. So the old saying in Cavan, this is actually a bit of a great thing, but the old saying in Cavan is, there's a day for, how to put it, like, I know it off the top of my head, but it's hard to put it. Like, they say every Cavan person, there's a day of wisdom in every lake. For something, like, the salmon of knowledge. Have you heard the old story called the salmon of knowledge? Yeah. Like, it's an old saying. They say there's a salmon of knowledge in every lake for a person in Cavan. And every day there's that salmon in everybody's house. Like, it's an old saying. It's an old saying. I don't believe it's true, but it's an old saying around Cavan. So, people from Cavan are supposed to be very knowledgeable. And very...
You've always had a boner for Finnish culture, haven't you? You've always liked them.
Well, we have to look at this, I suppose, in a good way, because we see the Finnish government at the moment. Like, I admire I might just say it straight, I admire Finland for their absolutely determination. Like, the homelessness, I have to say about the homelessness crisis over in Finland. Like, there's not one person lying in the streets in Finland. Because, they have a program put in since 2008, and it's called the Housing First Initiative. And there's nobody in Finland lying in the streets, which is a great thing. I'm sure we would agree that, and it's, for the people. Like, the government over there, the education system is great, and obviously the happiest country in the world too, which is, that says a million. Well, what are you going to say now? Don't say.
Sweden.
No, well, Sweden's in a bit of a mess, lad,
I know, lad, but it's very sound. I tell you what, the honeys in Sweden are flying. I mean, they'd be drooling over you, mate.
Oh, I might take a trip there to Stockholm someday. No, but all them Nordic countries up there, Denmark, Norway, Finland, Sweden, they all are, very good in their...
But they don't have the faith, Adrian. They don't have any faith in the church.
They might have a bit of faith, sure, lad. I say in Denmark they still do.
Okay. Well, yeah, they believe in God to some extent, but what do Finland and County Cavan have in common?
Well, the thing is...
Schlong load of lakes.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. That's very true. But I suppose the way I can look at Finland is it's something that Ireland could learn from. It's a country that Ireland could learn from and could develop from. Obviously their plan, dealing with homelessness is working. Obviously what they're doing over there is working. It's really working, and we can learn from Finland. In other words, if our government cared less, they would go and ask the Finnish government, can we have maybe one or two of your politicians, and we can exchange them for some of our corrupt politicians and take them. Because
Finland down. They don't want to bring Finland down.
No, but Finland, but they wouldn't do anything because they'd be locked up in prison, sure. That's how they saw. That's how they saw. No, because Finland's supposed to be the least corrupt country in the world too. So, that's good. Sorry?
What about New Zealand?
I don't know much about New Zealand and all that, but I know it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. I know. I'm sorry, but I will look it up sooner or later. But I can't see everything, lad. I'm not the Pope. Well, maybe soon. Maybe soon. We see, lad. We see.
How many? Do you say rosaries?
Well, I try and say the odd one. Yes, I do try and say the odd one when I'm at confession. But I try me best. So I have things to do, lad.
Adrian, there's 24 hours in a day. You can't consecrate 50.
Oh, shit, Jesus Christ, lad. So I'm on the road 24/7. Well, the only thing I want to say is just one serious question. Like, you're in Wellington in New Zealand, aren't you? The capital of New Zealand. Do you see many Irish people? Like, do you know any Irish pubs, like, say, beside your house, or any Irish businesses? Or would you be aware of the Irish community in your local area?
Honestly, no.
No, you, like, wouldn't you...
They are in Wellington City. There's Irish pubs everywhere. Well, there's a lot. There's JJ Murphy's, Molly Malone's. Yeah, pubs like that.
Yes.
Wellington. So yeah, but I know a couple of Irish people here. A couple of them are old. One of them's a young engineer that goes to my church. He left Ireland because it was shit.
I know, yeah. I know, as I was saying to you before, I think I was saying to you, I know a person who's in the New Zealand Army. Excuse me. And he's getting 15. He's nearly getting 15 times the pay as he did in Ireland. So he's getting 15 times more than he did. Yeah. So he really enjoys it. I think he's in the 2nd battalion of the I don't know, in the New Zealand Army. I can't remember whereabouts, but he's some battalion in the New Zealand Army. He's a high ranking officer in the New Zealand Army. But but he's really enjoying it over there. Maybe someday he might pass this. He might run into him. But no, but that's the thing. No, but he probably knows who you are because he looks my channel up and he probably had a little look at your channel. So he probably be looking at you too. So he might watch this stream. If you're watching, hit us up. It's a month since I've been talking to him, so hit us up again when we talk. We see how you're doing. No, but so would there be much activity? Like there wouldn't be many politicians in New Zealand that would have Irish heritage, like. Would be 50%, like say 50% Irish. Yeah, Dunn's an Irish name.
Yeah, so people like that, but as far as prime ministers go, I don't think there's been many with Irish heritage. Mostly English and Scottish.
Yeah, well, that's understandable. Yeah.
Are you 100% Irish, or is there something else?
Well, that's actually a good story to say. 98.1 or something percent Irish. So, yeah, Irish, and then the rest is from Scotland. Where from Scotland. So 2% around Scotland.
Where were your ancestors?
So my ancestors were just above Cavan. So in a place. Yeah, just it's not too far. Like it's perfectly in Northern Ireland that my ancestors originally come from. Tyrone, a county called Tyrone. You probably have heard of it.
I have heard of it.
Yeah, it's just beside Monaghan. It's on the border between Cavan and Monaghan.
And Antrim.
Yes. Yeah. But so my. Oh yes, of course. Your teacher must be telling you a good lot of stuff after class. Well, if we had a college, that'd be great. So, what was I saying? No, but my ancestors actually come from Tyrone, but that's back in the day, as I would say. That's a long story. It's a long story, but heritage.
You know about the IRA and all that.
Well, I know a bit about it. Let's be honest.
Loyalists and the Unionists.
Oh yeah, well the thing is the UK elections, the National Sinn Féin has the majority in Northern Ireland at the moment in time, over the DUP, the Democratic Unionist Party. So obviously the Nationalists have more of a majority now in Northern Ireland than the Unionists, obviously, which is a bit. I don't know what to make of that, but.
I suppose you could say. Yeah, I reckon. I mean, how active or the IRA or the Unionists or Loyalists or Protestant and Catholics, was there any conflict in County Cavan?
Well, yeah. There's actually in 1972 there was bombings in Monaghan and Belturbet and in Dublin, and they were done by Unionists, and they killed.
Is that in Cavan?
Yeah, it's just down the road from me, and they killed two teenagers. It killed two innocent teenagers in the bombing, and obviously in Dublin it done extreme harm in Dublin. It killed 16 or 17 people in a nightclub, and and obviously that led to the Omagh bombing. Them bombings led to the Omagh bombing, and then led to more bombings from the. It was kind of tit for tat. As soon as one point. Yeah, retaliation. Like as soon as the bomb went off in Dublin, another one went off in Fermanagh. So it was bombs being thrown everywhere. But they were the two. That was the major attack that was caused in Cavan.
I did enjoy your video. When you were like, he's nothing but an Egyptian terrorist cunt.
Oh yeah, the Dundalk incident.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's back a while ago. That's back. But at that time, I wasn't very happy. That video wasn't. I wasn't happy, and I'm sure everybody would agree with me. I had every right to be angry, I suppose. And like if somebody would come in and do that harm.
What do you think of Gemma O'Doherty?
Gemma O'Doherty, yeah.
What about John Waters? Do you like him?
John Waters, I'm not too familiar. I know the name, but I'm not too familiar. But Gemma O'Doherty, I think Gemma O'Doherty is very right in what she's saying. I think she's very right in what she's saying. I think she's doing her best to, get the things out there, get the issues out there. And, obviously, it's hard nowadays to talk about touchy subjects, obviously. I'm sure it's hard nowadays to talk about things. But she does her best. She does her best.
Hate speech in Ireland.
Oh, but the talking about bringing that in, but I don't think it will pass. It won't pass. Yeah, I don't think it will.
It will pass. Trust me, it will pass.
I think to be an uproar over it. So we will see what happens, but
It'll be your Christmas present.
it's kind of 50-50 at the moment. It's like there's loads of people. The government are kind of split in that.
How's it doing?
But this thing on hate speech, the government are kind of split 50-50. Some of them are for it, some of them are against it. So, it's hard to find the balance on who's going to do what and what's going to happen. But, we can only see what can happen. And if something can happen, we can complain about it then. But is there any other questions?
I think I would like to get a cardigan a knitted cardigan with your face on it to show my appreciation for the Adrian Hogan fan.
A leather cardigan.
My favourite.
A leather
My
cardigan.
favourite YouTuber.
Who's going to pay for that, lad?
I'll pay for it.
Oh, well, no bother then, no bother. If you're paying for it, then there's no bother. There's no bother. Fire away, that's no bother. No bother. No bother. As long as cabin people don't have to pay for it, then that's fine. I'm not going to complain about that. You can fire away.
You guys are just tight asses, eh?
Excuse me. I spent my... excuse me. I mean...
Who pays for your Christmas trees? Who's doing that?
We buy them in the buy and sell shop down the road. It does quite a business.
Half price, right?
I should the one behind the counter gives me things for free.
I bet you buy the Christmas trees on Boxing Day, so for next year.
Unboxing, Jesus Christ, if you went into Cavan Town and asked for a tree on Boxing Day, so Jesus Christ, you end up in the barracks.
Right, lad. Okay, well.
Well, I think we... Excuse me?
Gonna go to sleep now.
Well, I say, lad. So it was good to talk to you, lad. We would like this video will be up in a few minutes. Anyway, so you can probably download it or do whatever you want then. But yeah, a huge thank you to for.
Hang on, one last question.
Yes, fire away.
Right or left hand?
Well,
When you're turning the light off.
when you turn the light, well, I say right hand, lad. But I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, lad. No, but we leave that for another time. One more. Right, fair enough. No, but
When I punch people, right hand. Right hand
Right.
jab, mate.
knocks the mouse straight away.
Can't beat me in a fucking scrap, lad.
I should, Jesus Christ, try and get the people from Gavin on here. I should just be grand. No, but anyway, serious. Great fun.
Alright, lad. Good
No,
luck.
no, but here I want to thank you. Yes.
One last thing is, goodbye, people in the house.
Of course, you love doing that. That's going to be the thing where you have to put on your gravestone. But no, but I just want to thank you for doing this with me today, and I want the huge appreciation to do. And I want to wish you, on behalf of the people of my channel, on behalf of the community, the wider community of Kevin, a happy and safe Christmas, and all the best in the new year.
You too, my friend. Hope you have a very good Christmas and you spend a few of your pennies.
Oh no, we won't. We see about that, lad. We see about that. I have a good few pennies. No, but seriously, all jokes aside, but enjoy your Christmas and be safe.
I don't expect you to get them.
Yeah, you too. So yeah, thank you very much for being here.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
No, I don't. I'm an only child.
Oh, what the fuck, you spoiled little bastard.
I know. But yeah, but here I really have to go now. So, thank you so much for being here. So you take care.
Awesome.
See you there. Right, that was that, lads. So yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe for more, and bye.